What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Chaos King True, coming to you guys with another patch notes video. I'm going to start doing these more often, as I do think it will be a great way for you all to actually get to see all the different changes in the game, as well as not having to read through all the writing that NetEase likes to put up. So with that being said, I'm not going to keep you guys too long. Of course, you guys like this type of content, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, that way you can see what all of my guides, patch note reviews, or any other type of content comes out. Beside that, let's go ahead and hop straight up into this. Alright, so starting with the buffs. So we do have some buffs for Yue Shan as well as Sui coming through. Both of their ultimates have received a little bit of a buff. Yue Shan actually got a rework on his ultimate Descent, Heaven's Descent I should say, changing into Command, allowing him another damage option that also gives him some healing back. Trying to give him a little buff to sustainability in his ultimate, so hopefully we'll see if that works. Going along with the same type of concept, Sui is also receiving a buff to her ultimate's Overshield, getting a 200 more Overshield, allowing her to be a little bit tankier, and increasing the duration of the ultimate by 4 seconds, making it much more viable for combat, and allowing her spears to come out a little bit faster, so that way you can try to hit your spears more often. So Sui's mains will definitely have a little bit of better experience, hopefully, with these changes, even though they did take the spears down from 4 to 3. Moving along to the nerfs, first we'll go ahead and start with the polearm. Not a very big nerf. Overall, the damage numbers were slightly decreased, but nothing that should be too noticeable. Overall, I mean, the polearm will still be the same type of weapon. Tarka-G was nerfed pretty heavily in this patch. Them shortening the duration of his ultimate, as well as cutting his damage increase when using his Blackout Frenzy in half. They're trying to make it so other heroes just aren't outscaled with him having such good mechanics, such as his Uppercut Infinite when he goes into ultimate. They're trying to find other ways to give him more counterplay, which is definitely something that is needed. The next on the list is Mr. Akos. Akos is receiving a nerf to the duration of his ultimate only in solos. In trios or duos, everything will remain pretty much the same. And also, too, they did do a little bit of a bug fix where Zaping's Inspiration Shield was actually being stopped by horizontal strikes, which they fixed. And of course, then the Roar, which is the ability used in most situations, is now going to be allowed to have inputs to allow buffering while fighting him. So if you're stunned, you can actually prepare your next action. Very good for those who like to play at high levels. Most people in the low levels won't really notice this, but it will make the game a little bit smoother and give you some ability to fight Akos back when he's ready to go all in. The next nerf we're going to go over is Viper Ning. Nothing too much. They are nerfing the healing reduction on her Infable ability, active ability, cutting the duration of the anti-heal in half, which is actually really needed. The damage increase they did in the previous patches made it so it does a lot of damage, but now with it being 15 seconds of unable to really get healing, it makes it really stick. So they want to try to make you have to make a decision of when you want damage or the silence, and I think this is a good change overall and a good nerf for Viper. The last nerf we're going to go over today is Justina. Justina's nerf is to allow more skilled players to actually be able to use her, rather than just anybody be able to use her, kind of raising the skill ceiling on her, making her ultimate consume 40% rage, and then not gradually depleting over time, but instead it depletes when you use her Shadow Swipe, which also now allows you to get an extra charge if you hit multiple targets compared to just hitting one. It's going to give her a lot more team fight viability, and good Justinas will be able to discern themselves from the average one. So good nerfs all around the board. Also some good buffs where they were needed. Now let's go ahead and get into the new content. So of course, with this patch, it does release the new hero, Tarka's sister, Zai. Not much is known about Zai. She does have a gold focus on her ultimate, which has already been voiced as being very concerning, as gold focus is something that's very special, and her being able to use that in combat, meaning there's no counter to it, is something that could be a little bit cumbersome when it comes to balancing. Hopefully they'll be able to get this fixed sooner than later, but beside that, of course, we can't wait to see what new thing come up with the new hero. With this patch, they also do add a new quest, so you will be able to get the Valiant Challenge scroll. It is a red scroll, much like the bounty scroll, but instead of marking an enemy to be found, you actually mark yourself, letting the entire map know where you are, and then you also gain a scan buff, kind of like the Mystic Defense that you get from the Yang portal. Of course, if you survive the entire time, you get a 12,000 gold, so it's nothing to, or 12,000 Tay, which is nothing to snuff at, but of course also everybody will be hunting you down. So definitely something for those aggressive players or those people who want to fight to take. Another strategy you can also use with this, if you die in the portal and you need to find someone to fight so you can get that their essence, you can actually pop one of these if you find it and make them come to you, helping you to actually stay alive. Just remember, that can also get you killed too. We do have a new objective. So with this patch drops the Spirit Well. The Spirit Well is a capture the flag based type of mechanic where basically you can find this place and hold the place down for a certain amount of time. I believe it's a minute. Once it has despawned and you have captured the point, you will receive both the crystal powder and the Telluric crystal, each of them allowing you to upgrade either armor or a weapon up to epic. Do be aware this does not work on epic weapons to make them legendary. So you can take either or and get a purple weapon or armor out of it, something that is going to be highly contested amongst players who are looking to get their farm up quickly so they can start pushing fights. Lastly, with this new patch, we are getting some new extreme skins. Of course, with the release of Zai, she automatically gets her extreme skin like most heroes, so no surprise there. We're also getting the epic for the staff, which is based around Sun Wukong, the Chinese hero that most people know more malevolently in either Smite or from Goku because he represents Wukong in Dragon Ball Z. And then Yue Shan getting a little bit more love on the final skin that we're going to be talking about on this patch note. He's actually getting a transformation change as well, allowing him to become this colossal deity-like being. And he also gets it, which is also really cool with his ultimates and whatever the case may be. And he gets a dog as well. So that being said, that's just your quick TLDR of the patch notes. That way you guys can at least know what you're kind of running into. Of course, again, if you guys like this type of content, go ahead and make sure you click and like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That way you can see when all the patch note reviews come out. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.